Welcome back to Create Above and Beyond in Newer, or Cabin, where today we work on a new workplace, an improved rubber farm, and build an awesome bridge across a chasm. The first thing I did this week was to repurpose some of the space freed up by our storage room. I added a multi-purpose workshop for all the basic Create item processing, from bulk smelting, haunting, washing, grinding, pressing, to even mixing. Everything is still manual in the sense I need to move things around with my hands, but if I need something like iron plates or a stack of smelted stone or copper ore ground into dust, this space can do all of that. This space was also long overdue, and I kinda wish I had made it earlier. I also used a few blocks from a Create add-on called Create Connected, which I've never used before. The fan catalysts add these one-block solutions for holding the water, sulfire, and lava needed for bulk blowing processes. Another quick project was to build the copper back tank and copper diving helmet from Create. When given rotational power, the backpack fills with air, which then can be used to do things like breathe underwater with the diving helmet. If you didn't know, more ores are generated in flooded caves than air-filled ones, so this was a great way to find a ton of copper quickly. Also, no need to worry about creepers. Some sort of mining machine is still on the to-do list, but this is a nice stopgap solution. Next up on the to-do list was to build a new rubber farm. The basic setup I had before got demolished in place of the new storage room. Up on a snowy mountain would make a good spot, but there is a chasm in the way. So I went hard on building a bridge. Like with the last bridge, I built it in creative mode first. First, I built an elevator that went into the cliffside to handle the elevation change between the two areas. I was a little unsure what type of bridge to make it. Eventually I settled on what's supposed to look like some sort of mix between a suspension bridge and a support bridge. It even had a windmill to power the elevator inside. Honestly, the bridges in this world are some of my favorite builds so far. Big chains from decorative blocks were the real MVP for this build. I even added a minecart track so the rubber can get integrated into the minecart logistics system. This bridge is wood, so future bridges can lean into more of an industrial or heavy-duty aesthetic. I added this turn to make sure the tracks were connected. Before starting the next project, I did just quickly throw together a very basic obsidian farm, which uses the excess lava from the smeltery, turns it into obsidian, and then very slowly drills it. Obsidian is used in a lot of blocks needed to make trains. It's also used in a handful of other useful upgrades like void upgrades or storage drawers. Time to work on the rubber farm. I went with an aesthetic inspired by maple syrup farms, with different tree taps that would all funnel down into one building. I really liked the snowy aesthetics too, and the nearby mountains count as a snow biome. Resin is pulled from the trees by arboreal extractors, sent down the seared ducts into the building. I used ducts and faucets from Tinker's construct, which don't need any power to move fluid as long as it's going with the flow of gravity. A lot easier than a bunch of Create pumps, which is then smushed into raw rubber and then smelted into completed rubber. It was a pretty quick build, which I think turned out very nicely. Excellent. Look at that. Bonk. I hooked it up to the minecart logistic network, and then the bridge. Hooray! The rubber is used to make most machines that deal with moving liquids around, which we'll need a fair amount of in Chapter 2. Finally, I did a bit of landscaping for what will be next week's build, a castle for all of Chapter 2. I'm really itching for the tech from Chapter 2, faster item movement, item filtering, more control over rotational power distribution, upgrades for the chest and drawers, and already existing machines. There's a lot of potential we can unlock with brass machines. And a new chapter needs a new building. That will be next week's project, though. For now, if you want to see this played live, check my Twitch at SkunkyVT, where I stream twice a week. Or you could check out my Discord for any notifications or just to ask questions. Smell you later!